Okay, I'm going to have a go at doing question 2 because a number of people have been struggling with it. So the first thing I'm going to do is just draw it. All right, so we have a square. It looks kind of like this. And we only know 2 of the coordinates. So this one down here is 4, 3. And this one over here is 10, 5. All right, so what I'm going to do is just go through it and I'll show you other information. This is a square, so that means there's the same distance between each line. That's important to know. So the first thing is find the gradient between these 2 points. All right, so I'm going to use my gradient formula. Y2 minus Y1 equals X2 minus X1. All right, so then we get 5 minus 3 over 10 minus 4. I'm preempting the answer, which means we get 2 over 6, which means I get 1/3. So that is the slope. Right, the next thing I'm going to do, let's just change colors. So B is asking me to find the equation of the line. So I'm going to pick either point. I'm just going to pick the first point because I can, and I'm going to use my straight line equation. Remember this one? So now I know the y coordinate is 3, and I know my slope is 1/3, and my x coordinate is 4. Okay, now I'm going to distribute. So I'm going to distribute these brackets. So 1/3 x minus 4/3. I'm going to add my 3 on the other side, minus 4/3 plus, and instead of 3, I'm going to turn it into thirds, because that'll mean I can put these together. So 3 is 9/3. So then I get this, and then 4 minus 9 is -5. So this is minus 5/3. So that's the equation of this line here. Right, what about part C? Part C says, find the gradient of AD, which is this line here. So what I need to do now is figure out this coordinate up here. So if to get between these 2 points, I had to go across 6 and up 2, right? I went across 6 and up 2. I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to go 2 and 6. So if I go backwards from 4, that gives me a 2. And if I go 6 up from 3, that gives me 9. So that coordinate is 2, 9. So I'm being asked to find the gradient of this line. So I actually don't need to do that. I can do this, or I can just recognize if this is a square, that makes this a right angle, which means these 2 lines are perpendicular. So my gradient must be -3, right? Flip this upside down, change the sign. I'm going to prove to you that that is true by using my formula, but you don't need to bother doing it. All right, so I'm going to call this point 1 and this point 2. Again, it doesn't matter which one is which. So I get 3 minus 9 over 4 minus 2, which gives me -6 over 2, which gives me -3. See how that's what I said it was going to be anyway? So you can just do it like that, but you can also prove it if you want to, or you can just recognize, you flip this upside down and change the sign. And then D asks me to find an equation. So let's do that as well. So part D, I'm going to use this again, y minus y1. I can pick either one of these. It doesn't matter. I'm going to pick the same point because why not? So y minus y1 equals m, which this time is -3, x minus x1. So the only difference between this here and this here is the slope. The points are the same because it goes through the same point. Y minus 3, I'm going to distribute minus 3x plus 12 plus 12, and then I'm going to bring this across as a plus 3. So y equals -3x plus 15. All right. I don't know why something is cutting my throat. Part E is just going through exactly the same process with other points. So I'm going to stop doing it here because it's all the same thing. We're just doing the same 2 things, finding the gradient, finding the formula or the equation using the straight line formula. So always do that. Anytime they want you to find the gradient, use this. Anytime they want you to find the equation of the line, use this. that's pretty much it. If you go to part I is asking you to find the distance. So remember, it's the version of Pythagoras we talked about the other day. Let me know if you want me to make a video about that. And part J is asking you to find the midpoint, which is where you just add together the x's and divide by 2, add together the y's and divide by 2 to get the middle. Again, if you can't remember, let me know and I'll do it. All right, hopefully that is enough information. If not, please let me know.